Trista,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm from Palpa.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm a PCL. I'm study PCL nursing
Mm-hmm.
at Mahadev Technical College.
Mm-hmm.
That's,
That's all. Okay. So, Benuja, what about you?
My name is Binuja Adhikari. My I am from Viratnagar. I studied my bachelor level from Amri School of Nursing, BSc Nursing.
Okay. So, do you guys understand Hindi as well? Because I cannot speak Nepali at all.
Little bit.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. Okay. The only word I know in Nepal is Dog Denchu. That's it. Yes. Right. So I guess that makes some sense to you. Since I'm from India and I cannot speak, Nepali at all. So whatever problems you have related to communication, either you have to communicate in English or Hindi. I understand these two languages, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So another thing is like my laptop is not working today, else I would have shared my PPTs and so many things to you. But today we will have just verbal communication with each other just to make the things clear to you. Okay, I hope you don't mind that. Otherwise, I had been trying to turn on my laptop. It took me a lot of time, but even after putting a lot of efforts, I couldn't turn it on. So therefore, we have to, have the session this way only. See, I just tried a lot, but it's not working. Right. So, yeah. So, anyone has any idea about the OET? What exactly this test is? Yes, Ganuja, any idea what OET is?
It is about Occupational English Test.
Very good. What else?
It means
That's fine. I'm not going to judge you. Whatever you know about the test.
it is about all about English language,
Very good.
English communication between two person.
Mm-hmm.
It is only for health professional.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
This much only I know.
This much you know about this test, and whatever you know is correct. Very good. So, Deepika, what about you? Do you have any knowledge, information about this test?
I don't know, ma'am.
You don't know anything about it. No problem. So, see, first of all, I hope you guys have your pen and paper with you. Whatever I say, you can just write it down because, again, I'm not able to share my PPTs on the screen because I'm using my phone for the class today. So, first of all, OET stands for Occupational English Test. This is Occupational English Test, right? People from medical background, 13 kind of professionals can take this test, right? Reading and listening remain same for each profession, but the writing and speaking module change. Okay, so be it a doctor or a physician or a dentist or a physiotherapist, whosoever takes this test, for them reading and listening remain the same, right? But yes, writing and speaking are different for each profession. All right. So now coming to the points, out of 500, you need to get more than 350 to get B grade. Okay, you get marks out of 500 for each module. Like if I talk about reading, out of 500, you must have more than 350. Like 350 to 400, you get B grade. And to pass this test, B grade is the minimum requirement. And this is for all the modules. For writing, C plus is acceptable, which means between 300 and 350, like 340. 50 it's B and 300 to 340 it's C plus, right? So for writing only C plus is acceptable, but in rest of the 3 modules you must have B. All right, now talking about the reading has 42 questions. How many questions? 42. And out of 42 you must have more than 30 answers correct to get 350 scores.
More than
30. So let's say if you are getting 31, 32 answers correct, that means you are achieving 350. Am I clear till now?
yes, ma'am.
To both of you?
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
your reading is divided in 3 different parts, right? Part A, Part B, and Part C. Right? For Part A, you have 15 minutes and 20 questions. Right? 15 minutes, 20 questions. This is the easiest part of your reading, but time constraint is there. You have to answer 20 questions in 15 minutes, which means you have to be very, very quick. You just cannot read each word to find your answers. You just need to know where your answer may lie. You just need to go that paragraph and find the answer. All right. Now, if I talk about part A has 20 questions, as I told you. So, first 7 questions will be of different type, wherein you just have to write which text has this particular information given. Let's say you have a question, for example, patients can take ibuprofen if they have fever, for example. Now I know that they're talking about treatment, right? And I'll find this answer in the paragraph where treatments are given. It might be in the text A, text B, text C, or text D. Part A has 4 texts. Part A has 4 texts. And you have to find your answers from these texts given. All right. So first 7 questions will be like this only. You just need to find out that which text has the answer, whether it is in the text A, B, C, or D. Is that clear to both of you? Deepika,
Yes,
is that clear? Yes. Right. Then question number 8 to 15, we have some questions given and we need to find the answer. Right? For example, what is the maximum dosage a patient suffering from arthritis should take, for example? Right? So the maximum dosage will be given in one of the texts. So you have to write what maximum dosage is given in the text. And accordingly, you have to find the answer from the paragraph and write it. Right? Never ever try to use your existing knowledge to answer your questions. All right, you have to find whatever question is being asked from the paragraph only, because if your words do not match, you will not fetch any mark. Either you get full marks or 0. There is nothing in between. Is that clear? And there is no negative marking as well. Let's say you're running out of time and you're not sure about your answer, even then you should write something, because there is no negative marking. Am I clear so far? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Then rest of the questions, if I talk about, then question number 16 to 20, you just have to complete the sentence. There will be a blank given in a sentence. So you have to fill that blank again from the text. And this is how you will complete all the 20 questions in 15 minutes. Answers are very simple. All it takes is time. So time management is very important for your part A. And initially you get only part A. Right? Once 15 minutes are over, they will take your handouts, like your printouts will be taken for your part A. Then they will give you part B and part C. Right? For part B and C, you have 45 minutes. So as I told you that you're going to have 42 questions, you're already done with 20 questions. Now you're left with 22 questions. And for 22 questions, you will get 45 minutes. Right? Now part B has 6 questions. Each question is going to be a multiple choice question. You will have one paragraph. Right below the paragraph, there will be a question. Right? And there will be 6 such questions. Paragraph, question, paragraph, question, paragraph, question, like this. Right? And each paragraph does not relate to each other. They are on different topics. You just need to read the paragraph and answer the like multiple choice question given to you. There will be 3 options, and out of those 3 options, only one is correct. Right? So you need to understand the question and try to answer accordingly. Am I clear? Yes. Then moving forward, we have part C. For part C, again, we have a very lengthy paragraph having 1000 to 100, like 1500 words. Right? So again, one lengthy paragraph will be there. Once the paragraph is completed, then you have questions. Right? So there will be 2 such lengthy paragraphs. After the paragraphs, there will be questions. Now, since we are done with 6 questions in part B, how many questions are we left with? We are done with 26 questions. How many questions are we left with? 16? 14 questions?
Yes,
How
ma'am.
many questions? Yes, 14 questions. So each paragraph will ask you 7 questions in the part C. All right, am I clear to both of you?
Ma'am.
Yes, good. So this is how your reading test happens. Okay, this seems very simple, but it needs practice. To understand your reading, you must have good understanding of English, because your grammar has to be very strong, your vocabulary should be very strong, because the words used in your reading, you sometimes might not be able to understand the meaning, right? So at that point of time, you must try to infer the meaning, infer what is being said. Depending on that, you must choose your answers, but never ever leave any question unanswered, because there is no negative marking. Am I clear?
Ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Right. So today we'll discuss a little bit of speaking. Reason being, I don't want to, make you feel that OET is very difficult, since I don't have the things to show you. Otherwise, it would have been more simple. ठीक है, तो इसलिए हम थोड़ा सा स्पीकिंग डिस्कस करते हैं, इससे यू विल हैव अ चांस टू स्पीक एज वेल. ठीक है. Okay. So speaking is very simple. First of all, have you ever been to a hospital? Yes.
Yes,
Have
ma'am.
you ever been to a hospital? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So you been to a hospital as a patient or a nurse?
As a nurse.
As a nurse. Have you ever been to a hospital as a patient as well?
No.
No,
No,
ma'am.
never visited a
Till
hospital as
now.
a patient.
Till now.
Chalo. This is a good thing. This is a blessing. But even you must have seen patients, like what kind of questions they ask, right? What kind of problems they come up with. So you might be aware of that as well. Right? So what happens in the speaking basically? So speaking has 2 role plays, right? This is very important. You can just write it down. You will get 2 role plays. To prepare each role play, you get 3 minutes. Before your role plays, there are some warm up questions. Your examiner will ask you some questions like, where are you from? Why are you taking this OET test? Or, which country are you planning to go? Or why do you want to be a nurse over there? So, such questions might be there. You're just supposed to answer these questions, but you do not fetch any mark for these questions, right? These are just to make you feel comfortable with the examiner. You get your marks for your role play. right? So there will be 2 role plays. For each role play, you get 3 minutes to prepare. Now, what is a role play? For example, you will have a question paper with you, wherein you will get the whole scenario. ठीक है? अब सिनेरियो में क्या होगा? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू नीड टू चेक द सेटिंग. सेटिंग में क्या है कि पेशेंट इज इन द हॉस्पिटल वार्ड, या फिर डे क्लिनिक है, या फिर होम विजिट है, राइट? हमारे पास 3 सर्कमस्टांसेस होते हैं. आइदर द पेशेंट इज इन द हॉस्पिटल वार्ड, विच मीन्स द पेशेंट इज एडमिटेड टू द हॉस्पिटल. ठीक है? सेकेंड माइट बी द डे क्लिनिक वेयर द पेशेंट हैज कम फॉर द ओपीडी, just for, just to consult with the doctor, right? And the third one is the home visit, wherein the patient might be suffering from a condition and you as a nurse are visiting the patient, right? So first of all, we need to check that no matter what setting is given to you, it has to be you who starts the conversation. For example, my 3 minutes are over and now it's time to start the conversation. So it will be first me. I, being a nurse, always start the conversation. Right? So I'll introduce myself first. Good morning, good evening, whatever time of the day it is. My name is Shweta. I'm a registered nurse working in this hospital. So, what brings you here today? If the patient is visiting the day clinic, right? But on the other hand, if the patient is already in the hospital ward, you won't say that what brings you here today. Rather, you will ask, how are you feeling today? Because you already know the patient is already admitted there, and you cannot ask, okay, what brings you here today, when the patient is already lying on the bed, right? He might have undergone some sort of surgery, or he might have been receiving some treatment over there. So instead of asking like what brings you here, you should say, how are you feeling today? Right? Now I am going to give you a scenario and then we will have discussion. For example, there is a patient in the hospital ward, right? Patient is in the hospital for C-section, for the delivery of her third child. So during her stay in the hospital, she has also been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. Now the patient is in pain, and due to which she is not able to sleep at all. Clear? Now you have a task given wherein you have to ask the patient that why she looks worried. Then patient says, okay, I have this problem. Then you should ask, okay, have you taken your medication for the same? Patient says, no, I'm not taking any medication because I want to breastfeed my baby and I don't want to put my baby's health at risk by taking the medication. So eventually you have to convince the patient to take the medication, right? When eventually patient does not agree to take the medicine, you should suggest some alternates, like some ointments can be applied. Also you can use some hot cold compress, right? So these kind of things should be discussed, and you will get the task given. You will have one question paper wherein everything is written, whatever information is given to you. Based on that, you just have to elaborate those points. Clear? Now I'm going to play the role of a nurse, and who would like to play the role of a patient? Benuja, would you like to try? Would you like to play the role of yeah?
Let's try.
Yeah, let's try. Okay. So I'm going to start first, okay?
Okay.
Um, Good morning. My name is Shweta. I'm a registered nurse working in this hospital. If I'm not wrong, you are Mrs. Benuja. Am I right?
Yes.
Oh, so Benuja, what has happened to you? You seem quite worried to me today.
I have been admitted. I have been diagnosed of pneumonia, and I'm
Rheumatoid arthritis.
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I have been admitted since week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking medication.
Instead of saying that, you should say yes. The reason being I couldn't sleep whole night. I have lot of pain in my wrists and shoulders. Due to this, I'm feeling so fatigued, and this is making me feel or this kept me awake whole night. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, say it.
1 second, ma'am. I
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah, take your time, take your time. Even I
I
apologize
did not.
because I have not provided you anything.
Ma'am, my net unstable, so I don't hear you.
Okay, so do you want me to repeat it?
Yes, ma'am.
So rather you should say कि due to pain in my wrists and shoulders, I couldn't sleep whole night. Due to this, I feel so fatigued and I'm in this situation right now.
Okay.
Say.
Okay, ma'am. My chest and shoulder is paining, so I cannot sleep during night time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking so frustrated and fatigue.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that, but as I can see your case notes, your doctor has prescribed you some medications for your rheumatoid arthritis. So, have you taken those medications?
Yes, I have taken
You should say no.
on.
Say no, I haven't taken my medication because I want to breastfeed my baby. And I have heard that whatever medication a mother takes directly impacts the baby.
Baby. Yes.
Right? So, therefore, I don't want to take any medication. Say it.
No, I haven't taken it because I have to feed my child. So I
Mm-hmm.
haven't taken it because it affects the baby. So I
Mm-hmm.
did not take it any medication.
Uh, well, Miss Benuja, I really understand your concern, and being a mother, this is quite reasonable as well. But I assure you that these medications are quite safe even while breastfeeding your baby. And we have been, practicing these medications for a very long time, and we have never observed any side effects. So, therefore, you should take these medications because it will eventually help you to reduce your pain and will induce good sleep. I hope that makes sense to you now. Then you should say, yes, I really understand, but again, I just really don't want to take any medication. Say it.
Okay, I understand, but I really did not want to take any medication during my breastfeed
While
because
breastfeeding the baby, very good.
my
Yeah.
baby will affect will harm it
Mm-hmm.
because medication, so that I can't take this.
Yes, I do not want to put my baby's health at risk.
Yes.
Right? Well, Banaja, in that case, I can suggest you some alternates. So, do you want me to share some alternates with you? Yeah, say yes, definitely.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so in that case, Banaja, you can apply, over the counter ointments, which will give you some relief from the pain that you're suffering from. Apart from this, you can use some hot and cold compress. And you can also, when you try to sleep, you can have a glass of milk. This will again help you to induce sleep. How does that sound to you? Well, that sounds to me as a good idea. And it
Yes.
could be whatever you want to say, like you can say that if you like the suggestions, and if you'll be able to do that. So you can positively reply,
I think
right?
I think I should try this
Very good.
one. I will try
These alternates or these suggestions.
this solution given
Mm-hmm.
by you.
Mm-hmm.
I okay.
Okay. So, well, that sounds great. Do you have more questions for me?
No.
Okay. So, do you want someone from your family to visit you for your emotional support?
Yes,
So, who you would like to see now?
my mother.
Okay, so I'll arrange your mother's visit for you. Meanwhile, you can rest. In case you have any questions or any doubts, you can give me a buzz and I'll come to assist you.
Okay.
Okay? See, this simple it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So you will have a scenario like this.
Oh,
right? You may have different kind of scenarios wherein you just need to, go through the question, go through the task, understand it, make your points, prepare your points, and then just have the conversation go on. Is that clear to both of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Deepika, any doubts related to this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Deepika, what about you? You have put yourself on mute. You need to unmute yourself to answer. Deepika, am I audible? Benaja, are you still there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, okay. So this is all about your speaking for today. I don't want to discuss further modules because again, otherwise you'll feel so much consumed or so much loaded with information. So I want to keep it to speaking and reading today. Tomorrow or in the next class, I'll show you how the question papers look and we'll have further discussions. And we'll discuss rest of the modules as well. So how is the class so far?
It is. I didn't understand. Please tell me again.
I'm saying how is the class so far?
Today class.
Yes, yes, yes.
First day of class, little bit
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
It was a little bit interesting. Okay, what else? Deepika, how is it for you? Do you find it informative enough?
yes, ma'am.
Do you find this class informative enough?
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, again, I had a lot of things to show you to engage you, but eventually my laptop didn't work out. So we'll connect tomorrow again with few more things to discuss speaking, reading, writing, all the modules. You'll have better idea about the things. But trust me, OET is very simple. And anybody can do provide.
Coordinate Langoro.
Deepika, I guess your network is weak.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Chalo, that's not a problem. We'll connect tomorrow and we'll have this course started. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.
Hey, ma'am.
Any
Bye.
questions for me? Any questions?
No,
I'm sorry.
ma'am. Thank
No,
No.
you.
ma'am.
Okay, okay. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Take care. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye.